morning, guys. I want you to join me in today's practice by starting at the back of your mat. I want you to be seated on your heels with your knees and your feet together. Lengthen your spine and just place your hands on your knees, palms facing upwards, and just go ahead and close your eyes for a moment. I want you to begin to bring your awareness to your breath, and let's just take this opportunity to reconnect with yourself. Taking a deep breath in through your nose and exhaling, just allowing yourself to come into the present moment by letting go of any worries or stresses that you are holding within, just simply by focusing on the breath and just inviting the stillness to fill your body, still your mind, and still the body using that breath. Take an inhale, reaching the arms up to the sky, and exhale, bringing them down through your heart. Inhale, reaching tall, opening the heart, and exhale, bringing the hands down. This time come up to your knees, inhaling, opening the chest, and exhaling down. I want you to clasp your hands behind you, and I want you to just open the heart, open up the chest to the sky, lifting the hands behind you. And exhale, just come forward and lower yourself down into child's pose. Just let the chest fall to the ground and reaching the arms forward, feeling the stretch in the shoulders. I want you to take an inhale, rounding the spine, come up to all fours, and just lowering the belly and raising the gaze to the front of the room. I want you to inhale, rounding the spine, lifting out of the shoulders, bringing the chin to the chest. And exhale down to cow, opening the chest. And inhale, rounding the spine, pushing up into cat pose. And exhale, I want you to just come back to neutral. From tabletop, I just want you to lower the chest to the floor and the chin and just slide yourself forward and just lift up into up dog. Lower the shoulders away from the ears, thighs off the floor, and again just opening the chest, feeling the stretch in the lower back. Exhale and just go ahead back into down dog. I just want to walk out the dog, so just push into the opposite heel and just stretch whatever your body needs, keeping the hands on the floor, fingers wide, and just move the body. Just come back to stillness and try and push that chest towards the thighs, lowering the sternum towards the ground. Inhale and just round through the spine, coming forward into plank, lowering the thighs and opening up into up dog, exhaling. I want you to inhale and just push yourself back into down dog, pushing the heels to the ground. Take an inhale and just round through the spine again, forward into plank, lowering the thighs into up dog. This time just drop the right hip and slowly turn the head and just gaze over that left shoulder, feeling the twist in the upper back. Come back to center, dropping the left hip, just turn and gaze over that right shoulder, relaxing the gaze, keeping with the breath, and just come back to center. Take an inhale and exhale and just move your body back into down dog. Lengthening the spine, feeling the stretch in the hamstrings. Lift the right leg up into three-legged dog. Want to bend that right knee, start to opening up the hips. Just stack the hips on top of each other, keeping the shoulders square. With the right leg, step forward into high lunge, lowering the hips and reach tall all the way up to the sky, gazing at the sky, opening the shoulders. Exhale, clasping the hands behind you. Open up that heart and just keeping with the breath. Exhale, just come back up to neutral and just lower the hands back down, framing that front foot, step back into plank, tightening that core, finding your center. Lower down into chaturanga and just open up into up dog. Exhale and just go ahead and push back into down dog. I want you to take the left leg and reach up to the sky, keeping the leg lengthened, the shoulders square. I just want to bend that left knee, again opening those hips, stacking them on top of each other. Take an inhale, and on the exhale step forward into the high lunge, And again, reach those arms tall, reach into the sky, finding that center, finding the balance. Just clasp the hands behind you. Just open up the chest, just releasing any tension you're holding in your neck. Relax the face muscles, relax the gaze. And slowly exhale and just come back up to center. Lower the hands, framing the front foot, step back into plank. Lower down, Chaturanga Dandasana, and up into up dog. Thighs off the floor. Exhale and go ahead and just push back into down dog. Inhale, rounding the spine, coming forward into plank. And on the exhale, just bending your knees and pushing your hips towards the left hand side, towards those heels. Keeping strong in the arms. Inhale, come forward, back up to plank. And on the exhale, push your hips towards the right hand side, towards those heels. Tightening that core. Come forward into plank and then just lower down into tabletop. On the exhale, I just want you to lower down into child's pose. Just releasing the spine, and I just want you to take a few moments to come back to that breath. And just find the presence on the mat. Sinking the heart to the ground. Inhale, come back up into all four. Exhale, just untuck the toes and just push yourself back into down dog, reaching the bottom high, dropping that sternum to the floor, pushing the heels to the ground. And then I want you to slowly walk forward into forward fold into Uttanasana, and just let your chest fall to the ground. Take hold of your toes or your ankles or your calves, whichever is comfortable for you today. And I just want you to place your hands on the floor and just walk out the heels, walking the heels to the ground, and then keeping the right knee bent, just open your shoulders to the left hand side, raising the arm tall to the sky. And if possible, just gaze at your hand. If there's no tension in the neck, lower down into forward fold, bending the left knee, reaching the right arm up to the ground. Just opening those shoulders, lengthening that shoulder, lengthening that arm, reaching tall. Take an inhale, and exhale, just lower down to forward fold. Lift up, half lift, lengthening the spine, exhale, forward fold. I just want you to take and clasp your hands behind your back and try and reach them over your head. But just trying to intensify that stretch in the hamstrings and just enjoy the stretch, trying to lower your chest close to the thighs. Inhale and slowly roll up, keeping the hands clasped behind you. I just want you to come into a slight back bend, tightening the core, finding the center to protect that spine. Release your hands up to the sky. Exhale, lower down into prayer, bringing them to your heart. Take an inhale, arms out by the side, reaching tall, gazing at the hands. Exhale, forward fold all the way down to the forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Bending your knees, placing your hands on the floor. Take a big step to the back of your mat with your left foot, placing it down. And wimble your arms back up to warrior. Front foot's facing the front of the room, arms shoulder height, and just gaze over that front hand. Take an inhale and just straighten that front leg, and on the exhale I want you to sink deeper and deeper. Shoulders and hips should be facing the side of the room. Take the back hand and just place it on your lower back, front palm over, and just bend into peaceful warrior. Opening the shoulders and the heart to the ceiling, and just gaze at that front palm. Sinking down with those hips. Exhale, come back up into warrior. I want you to lower the arms down to the ground into extended side angle. Right hand is on the floor and left hand is reaching tall to the ceiling. There's a straight line from fingertip to fingertip. Shoulders are open, and just gaze at that top hand if it's possible for you. I want you to take an inhale, and on the exhale just slowly straighten that front leg, feeling the stretch down that hamstring. Take an inhale. And on the exhale, I just want you to slowly bring your body up to standing. I want you to turn the front leg, front foot, place your hands behind you, and just come into a slight back bend. Come back up to center and forward, folding at the hips, all the way down to the ground. Release your hands, placing your hands on the floor. I just want you to release your head, so don't hold any tension in that neck. And I just want you to lower to the ground. You can place your hands on your ankles. just to help if that's more comfortable. But I want you to inhale, and on the exhale I just want you to let go of everything that doesn't serve you purpose. Anything tension that you're holding or anything that doesn't need to be in your mind. I want you to slowly roll up to standing, bring your arms out to shoulder height, turning the front foot to face the front of the room, lower back down into warrior. Wimble your arms over to framing the front foot and just step back into plank, finding that center. Exhale, lower down Chaturanga Dandasana and just up into up dog, opening that chest. Exhale, push yourself back into down dog and just take a moment to reconnect with the breath. Bring your gaze, look forward and step or jump forward into forward fold. Inhale, half lift, exhale, forward fold, and slowly rolling up, arms out by the side, bringing them up to the ceiling, gazing up, and exhale, bringing them down into your heart. Inhale, reaching your arms up to the sky. Exhale, bending at the hips, forward folding all the way down. Inhale, half lift, exhale, forward fold. Take a big step to the back of the mat with that right foot, lowering it down and wimble the arms up into warrior. Lowering the hips to the ground, making sure the shoulders and hips are open to the side of the room. Inhale, lengthen that front leg, and exhale, just sink deeper and deeper. Take your right hand and place it on your lower back, turn your front palm over, and just reach back into peaceful warrior, opening the heart, opening the chest, just welcome in all the positive energy we've created in today's practice. Just reaching tall, lowering those hips to the ground. Keeping with that breath. Use the breath to help you, and exhale, wimble your arms back up into warrior and lower down into extended side angle. This time left hand on the floor, right hand up to the ceiling, creating that straight line from fingertip to fingertip. Opening the shoulders, feeling the twist in that upper back. Inhale, and on the exhale, just slowly straighten that front leg, feeling the stretch in that hamstring. Keep the gaze at that front fingertips if it's possible for you. Just don't hold any tension in that neck. Take an inhale, and the exhale, come up to standing. Turn the front foot to face the side of the room and just clasp those hands behind you, coming into that back bend, trying to lift the hands as high as possible. And just forward fold, bending at those hips, keeping the spine lengthened all the way down, just releasing those hands and just placing those hands wherever's comfortable for you, wherever your practice allows you, on your calves, on your ankles, but just trying to feel that stretch down our hamstrings. Just keeping with that breath, just letting go of any tension that you hold in the shoulders or in the neck. Just release and exhale all the negative energy out of your body. Slowly roll up to stand and lift the arms out to shoulder height. Turn the front foot to face the front of the room, just lower back down into warrior. I want you to wimble the arms to frame the front foot and just step back into plank, finding that center. Exhale, just lower down through Chaturanga Dandasana up into up dog. Open the chest, thighs off the floor, and exhaling, just push yourself back down into down dog. Again, taking a moment just to reconnect with the breath, finding the presence on the mat. Step or jump forward to the front of the mat. Inhale, half lift, exhale, forward fold, and then slowly roll all the way up to standing, bringing the arms out by the side and lowering the hands down in prayer, sitting the bottom back into chair pose. The weight is on your heels, knees are together, and take an inhale, and on the exhale, just rotate to the left side of the room, placing the right elbow on that left knee. Keeping the weight on that left foot, take a big step to the back of the mat with the right foot into high lunge, keeping with the twist, finding that center and finding that balance. Take an inhale, and on the exhale, I want you to slowly lift the chest up into center, lowering down with those hips, releasing the hands out by the side, taking a big inhale and exhale, keeping the hands back down in prayer. Lower the hands down to the floor, lengthening that spine. Inhale, and on the exhale, lower your chest towards that front thigh and lengthen that front leg into pyramid pose. Keeping both feet facing forward, trying to close the gap between the chest and the thigh. Exhale, come forward back into high lunge, lengthening that spine. On the exhale, lower the chest, come back into pyramid pose, using the breath just to try and deepen the stretch with each breath. On the exhale, come forward back into high lunge, open the gaze at the front of the room, and exhaling one more time, lowering the chest back into pyramid pose, pushing the hips forward so they're square, squaring off those hips. Feel the stretch in those hamstrings. Exhale, lower back down into high lunge, and then step back into plank. Exhale, Chaturanga Nidasana, inhale into up dog. Exhale, and go ahead and just move back into down dog. Bring the gaze forward between your hands and jump and step forward to the front of the mat. Inhale, half lift, exhale, forward fold, and slowly roll all the way up to standing. Arms out by the side, big stretch tall, and exhale back down into chair, keeping those hands in prayer position. Weight over the heels and rotate to the right side of the room, this time left elbow on that right knee. Pushing the palms together to help open the chest. Take a big step to the back of the mat with your left leg into high lunge position, both feet facing forward, keeping with the twist and just trying to find that balance, finding that center, just tightening the core to help you bring yourself up to standing. Take a big inhale through your nose, and on the exhale, release your hands out to the side of your body all the way up, and exhale back down into prayer. Lower down into high lunge, lengthening that spine, and just lower the chest and lengthen the front leg back into pyramid pose on the opposite side, squaring off those hips. And on the exhale, just lower back down into high lunge, bringing the gaze to the front of the room. On the exhale, lower the chest back up to pyramid, both feet still facing forward, and just try and sink deep and deep each time, lowering that chest towards those thighs. Exhale, come down into high lunge, lengthen the spine, and then rounding the spine off to lengthen that front leg back into pyramid pose. Keeping those hips square, keeping with the breath, helping you stay present. Lower down into high lunge, and this time step back into plank. Exhale down, Chaturanga Dandasana, up into up dog. Opening that chest, shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, push yourself back into down dog. Bring the gaze forward between those hands and jump and step forward to the front of the mat. Inhale, half lift, and exhale, forward fold. And then I just want you to lower the knees, bring your bottom to the ground, and I want you to come down to seated, legs out in front of you, flexing those feet. Take an inhale to lengthen the spine, and I want you to forward fold at the hips, and just take hold of your ankles, calves, your feet, wherever's comfortable for you. And I want you to take this time just to come back to that breath. On every exhale, I want you to just try and sink your chest deeper and deeper to the ground, lengthening those hamstrings each time. I want you to inhale all the positive energy you've created. I want you to inhale all the stillness around you. And I want you to exhale of all that tension and anything within you that doesn't serve you purpose. On your exhale, I want you to slowly roll the body up, and then take a big inhale, reaching the arms out to the side all the way up, lengthening that spine. On the exhale, just place your hands behind you, point your toes, and just lift the body up into upward facing plank. Lift the hips off the floor, pushing them up towards the sky, trying to make that straight line. Drop the head behind and just try and gaze at the back of the room, feeling the stretch and the strength in the shoulders, using the breath to help you stay in this position. Keep pushing those hips higher and higher, and on the exhale, Just come to forward back to seated and bend those knees, placing the feet on the floor, hands out in front of you. And just lift the feet, coming into boat pose, and just engage in the core. Take an inhale, reaching the arms tall, and exhale, lower the arms down, palms facing each other. Take an inhale, reach the arms tall, and exhale, lower down. Keeping the core engaged, I just want you to slowly roll down to the mat and just hug the knees in. Cross the arms over and just rock slightly from side to side, having a small massage on the lower back and just releasing the tension on the lower back, and then just come down into Savasana. Just let your body relax into the mat. Let your feet fall open. Your hands a few inches away from your body, palms facing upwards, and just go ahead and close your eyes. And again, just come back to the breath. I want you to stay present on the mat for a few more moments. And I just want you to scan your body and just work your way down from your head all the way down to the toes. Relaxing the face, relaxing the gaze, relaxing the face muscles. Feeling the shoulders open and sinking into the mat. Feeling the hips. Let them sink heavy into the ground and work all the way down to the toes. And I want you to just stay like this for a few moments or as long as you need to. Inhaling all the energy you've created today. You want that to try and stay with you. And exhaling all that tension you hold within. And just stay with your breath for a few more moments in silence.